Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. It's just been so fun to share my art journey with you, and you guys share your art journey with me in the Facebook group. Okay, I'm already off. Today I want to practice on just some mixed media paper. I want to practice a simple landscape, a winter scene, pine trees, and just play around and have a little fun. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I was starting to figure out what I was going to draw, and I realized I could video some of it. You guys might be interested. I just scribble. So I just kind of want the shape of the tree, my horizon lines on the third. Here, I'll back up a little bit. About a third. I'm thinking a square. I'm just going to paint it. We'll get to that in a second. I'm just going to paint it on some paper. I want something that leads you in, and then sometimes curves are harder. Just make an angle. This is going to be the star of my show. I think the light's going to be like here in this area. I was thinking I was going to paint up and down strokes for the sky. I don't usually do that, so that's what those are. And then maybe have just hints of pine trees off in the distance. Oh, this is just a technical Papermate technical pencil. I don't know if you can see that. This is a different angle for me. And then I was thinking, I've got 3 trees here. Maybe like just kind of a dead tree. So like a stop. This is leading you in, which is nice. This is the star of our show. And just put like I have not painted dead pine tree before. Something like that. And maybe have another one right next to it, but it leans in, so not everything's up and down. That might lean in a little too much, but we can fix it. This is just a sketch to figure out the structure and the game plan. And I think that works. So when you don't know where to start, just start with a horizon line on a third. You could have your horizon line all the way up here. And it could be lower. This guy's on a third, this big tree. So that's a great place. Right in here is a great place for your focal point. And then just like brush stroke direction helps you, pencil stroke direction kind of help make that a bank. And then we could kind of have this bank. Maybe like that. Okay, guys. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Let's make this into a painting. Hey friends, I think I'm set up. So let's start with this. It's a mixed media book. Let's see if I can flip it up. It's a little sideways, but it's Canson mixed media, 9 by 12 inches, not quite 100 pounds. So it's nice paper. I'm gonna grab. I gessoed it this morning with clear gesso. You can't really see it because I don't really like painting on the paper. I've done other videos. Oh, I've got shadows. I keep trying to figure out the lighting on my videos. I thought that might help because I don't really like painting on the paper. I'm used to painting on either gessoed wood panel or pre-gessoed canvas panels. But I put this on this morning. I think you're supposed to let it dry for 24 hours. Let's see. Oh, you can mix up to 25% water. I put it straight on. Yeah, it says let it dry for at least 24 hours. So we're going to see what happens there because I didn't do that. It's been dry for a couple hours. I put out some tape. Well, I traced an 8x8 canvas panel just for size and get it sort of square. And then I bought new tape from Hippie Crafter. They are not sponsoring this video. It's a little more than a 1/2 inch wide. It's repositionable and acid-free tape, so I thought I'd see how I like it. I have purchased tape from Michaels, Amazon, and Blick Art Materials too. This is the first time I've used Hippie Crafter. It came in a 3-pack, which I like that. If I like the tape, I like. And then it just looks like that. So I taped it just so when I peel it up, sometimes your painting looks better when you have a little bit of a border or a frame on it. So I can get this a little more in frame. And then I'm just going to paint. So I've got a little bit of a height problem, so I put old masking tape rolls and the Hippie Crafter tape over here to help support my plate. I put out Mars Black, Hooker's Green, and Titanium White. And I'm just going to do a green and white and gray and black and white painting. I'm just going to use one color and black and white for now. I might come back with a little bit of color. I was starting to set up my sketch. Here's another look at my sketch. I don't know if that side angle I did was very good, but that's my game plan. And I was going to start sketching that on, and then I realized, oh, I might as well paint the sky and all that kind of stuff and then let it dry. So I'm going to grab a brush here. That's a 1-inch from Royal and Langnickel. It's their Zen line. It's a filbert. So let's see how this goes. I think I'm just going to mix a really light you could just do this in black and white. I thought green might be kind of fun. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to add a little black to my sky. But my sky isn't the lightest light. I've got it a little darker. And skies aren't usually green. But we're just doing a value painting right now. We can come back and glaze some color if the video doesn't go too long. So now I'm thinking I should just mix maybe a darker color, because I can always add white to it. I make decisions on the fly. I think that's part of the fun. Even though I have a game plan and a roadmap with my sketch, I make changes and go in different directions. I think that's fun. Sometimes you're like, I wonder if that would work, or I wonder if I'll like that. Like I'm going to try an up and down sky. So I'm kind of going, I wonder if that'll work. I don't know. A green sky scares me. It's scaring me. But you know what? This is practice. We're playing. We're going to have fun. It's a simple landscape. We got to keep the goal in mind. I have to pretend none of you guys are watching. That'll help. Think that'll help? I think that'll help. Okay, I don't know if that's dark enough. It's going to dry a little darker. I think I just need to get some values in. Oh, I need paper towel. Got a little bit different setup today. And I think the light is going to come from over here pretty much. But I don't know if I can get it in frame. We might just only have a couple little sun rays showing. And then I've got paper towels off to my left here, which you can't see. Got a bunch of them. I'll wipe off my palette knife. It's just easier to do it now than to clean them with alcohol and everything later. Or at least get it halfway clean. Okay, I'm going to dip my brush in just a little bit of water. You really can't see it. I just dipped in the tip. Let's give it a go. And I want to go up and down. So I was saying, I've not done an up and down sky. If you guys know me, I like to do sweeping skies. I like to point into at least the center-ish area or to my star of the show. So we're going to try up and down. I might have to move my palette a little bit. Okay, are we square? We're pretty square. And then I do have my horizon line, which helps. Oh, that's actually kind of a neat color. Kind of a green putty. And you know what? I'm already liking that I gessoed it. A lot of people paint on mixed media paper. It's just, I'm not used to it. That's the only reason. It doesn't make it good, bad, right, wrong. I'm gonna go doesn't make it good, bad, right, wrong. I just don't, I'm not used to it. Oh, and it's gonna dry fast. So it's winter time here in Omaha, Nebraska, and that's another thing I'm not used to is the paper, even with the gesso on it, it soaks up the paint and dries quicker. So it's not a bad thing, it's just something that I forget. But I think that's actually kind of pretty, just kind of these up and down. So actually I'm pleasantly surprised with this color. This line was going to be where my biggest tree is, but I realized I needed to get my background on. I'm going to try and do this real time, because I do the lives real time, but and I know I did time lapse a few bits here already in this video. I was trying out a new camera angle. I want to see how it looks. I mean, I could see how it looks on my phone, but when I get it into the editing software, and I also want to see what Emily thinks. Emily is my favorite daughter. She helps me with YouTube and video editing and all kinds of things. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting as much wet on wet blending because it just dries quick. Boy, that's a pretty color. Kind of a sagey green. It's fun to play. Every time I paint, I learn a little something, and sometimes I don't even know I learned something. But you can see it, like if you go back and even look at my old YouTube videos, we've been doing we're starting our 3rd year. So as I'm videoing this, we've been doing it about 2 years, and you can see I've been focusing on color and values a lot, and you can see the improvement. Okay, that's kind of fun. Now, normally I'd want some blue for the ground. Can you see? Also, I'm also going to take a second here. Can you see some of the up and down strokes, or are they getting lost? You could use a flat brush. Here, let's mix a little. Let's go a little darker with this color. Now that I've kind of figured a couple things out. One, and the biggest thing is I like it. It was scaring me. I get nervous and scared a lot. But that's part of the fun too. If it was super easy, I don't know if there was, the challenges was fun. If it was too easy, I don't know if I would do it. I hope that makes sense. I like that you can just keep getting better. I don't know if there's any end to that. Like there's always things to learn. So on this plate, a lot of artists like to mix, oh, I hope that's in frame. A lot of artists like to mix on a gray palette because it's a little bit easier to see your color. These styrofoam plates, I can put another plate on top, I don't have one handy, and slide it in a Ziploc gallon baggie and save the paint for a week or two. Mist it with a little water. Okay, well, let's clean that off. So also what happens is as I kind of adjust to what I'm doing, I also paint slower because I like to kind of take my time. I call it putzing. Oh, I have a couple of clamps to kind of hold my paper down. I can see it's buckling as it gets wet here. It's gonna buckle. It just is. I thought the gesso might help with that too a little bit. I'm gonna need more white. I just want to make sure you can kind of see some up and down streaks. I might come back and lighten that up. Okay, so do we do the same color for the ground pretty much? We could go grayer. We want to go grayer. I don't know if it matters. The value, I have no idea who came up with this. Value does the work, color gets the credit. That's pretty close. I was going to go grayer and then I grabbed some green there. And then like, how do I know to do that? Sometimes I don't and I make a mistake and I don't like it. Sometimes I just go with that first thought. It reminds me of like when I used to play golf and you'd putt. My first thought of, oh, it goes, you know, when I putt it, it's going to go down and then turn to the left. Usually that's my best thought. It's not always right, but usually it was my best. Kind of the same with painting. After a while, you just kind of go with some of those first thoughts that pop into your head. That's where practice helps. Okay, so, oh, some white. So I feel like, kind of like you guys are sitting here right with me. How are you all doing today? Just put a yes or a I paint in the comments if you're an acrylic painter or any kind of painter. I like to watch pastel artists. I think that's fun. Okay, so skies typically go from darker to lighter. So as you look up, it would be bluer. You know, when you go outside and you look up, it's bluer sky. And as you look through all the atmosphere off in the distance, it's lighter and grayer. So I might have too much gray here. I've got to move my stool and my microphone. So let's start at the bottom. Boy, that's almost the same color. Excuse me. I'm going to wipe some of my brush off on a paper towel and just grab some white. This is a little wonky. I need a better setup. Yeah, that's drying fast. When that happens, just layers. Work the wet edge, kind of like you would if you're painting a wall. You know, you trim it out maybe, but then you work the wet edge around the room. Okay, that's not giving me much of a... Well, that's a little grayer. Excuse me. That's not much of a value difference. I don't know. I didn't like that. That scared me. Well, that didn't do it. I've got a big brush, so I'm kind of... There, I just kind of want a horizon line. And my horizon line just went up a little higher, but that's okay. Let's grab some white. Okay, what I'm going to do is stop the video and dry it with a hair dryer. Just make sure it's good and dry before I go too much further. Hey, so I sketched on my simple landscape. I used a Prismacolor New Pastel. I like them. They're not, they're harder, so they don't leave as much dust. The Hippie Crafter, there's a link in this video's description. They're on the harder side too, and they're nice. You can get a whole set for not much money at the Hippie Crafter. Oh, if you click that link, it's an affiliate link. They're not sponsoring this video. I do make a little bit of money, but your price stays the same. I also used a General's charcoal pencil just to differentiate some of the trees. And I just drew the shapes. They're kind of teardrop shape. And I think that might have been too soon. I don't know, but I'm going to use a number 12 flat brush from Royal and Langnickel and put in some distant trees. So now I'm trying to decide what color. I can always adjust too. And then this is the original sun that Emily drew for me. I had one of my sun stickers from my merch shop, the merch shop on YouTube. I'm just going to move that, but our light's pretty much going to come over here from the left. And then I think I just want to hint. Oh, that's plenty. Well, that's okay. It's darker and greenier than I anticipated. I'm just going to scribble. Oh. I think I'm going to try. I feel like when you're here, when I know you guys are watching, I need to talk and entertain. I'm going to try and just focus more on the painting. I grabbed some water, but I don't think I needed it. It looks pretty wet right there. So one thing I do quite a bit is I'll have like higher on this side and it'll come kind of down lower and then kind of come up. Just a simple way to help keep you in the painting. Ooh, I picked up some of the chalk pastel. So after I said I was going to be quiet, one of the things I just try to remind myself of is the values are more important than the color. I just want to hint at trees. I think I like that color better than the green. I wonder if I can kind of sop up. I've got too much water because I had misted it. I thought I was going to be gone longer, so I misted my plate with a little. Here's what it used to be an eyeglass cleaner. Now it just has water in it. It has a fine mist on it, which I like. And a lot of times I make decisions like I want it grayer and it didn't really need to be. But I'm keeping my paint pretty thin so I can just come back and change it again. As things develop, I can come back and adjust. I want these off in the distance. You can make them really dark too. I'd go pretty light or really dark. A lot of times, a lot of landscape painters will paint them really dark. So now that I'm saying that, I'm starting to wonder if I want to go back darker. Let's just leave it and we'll figure it out. And actually, I don't mind. That second coat I think helps, don't you? Kind of helps it look just a little bit more real. Or subtle. Can you have it both real and subtle at the same time? I'm going to paint into my tree a little bit there. Kind of losing the tops of some of those. Okay. Okay. What next? We could kind of do trees next, couldn't we? We could do the ground next. Maybe we'll do some ground. Now I'm going to want some green. I'm thinking, well, here, let's just take some of this. I didn't need the green because that's more of that puddle. Let's just see what happens here. See if I even like it. A lot of times I don't like it. It just takes a couple layers to figure it out. So this is like fur where brushstroke direction helps you. And I'm just kind of letting the brush run out to kind of blend it out. So far, I really don't like the painting, just in case. I mean, it's not like criticism and I'm not doing a good job or something like that. I just don't. It takes a while for painting to start looking good, in my opinion. So I just needed a darker value. The green might throw me off because we think grass is green. But I'm also thinking I might come back in with some color and glaze this. I'm going to grab a little water because it's really dry. Okay, so our sun's coming pretty much from the left. But we can also have it darker in the foreground. You can kind of bend. You don't have to be literal. You kind of get the hang of it. So let me back up a little bit. One of the reasons I'm doing this is because I just need practice with landscapes. I paint a lot of animals. So I'm like, let's just play and practice because I think sometimes you learn more and can get a little further along. I'm just lightening that up a little bit. It was kind of bugging me. I'm going to grab some black. Let's put a little, okay, this is making me nervous, but let's put like a little, sort of shadow. I'm gonna offload my brush a little bit. Hopefully that's in frame. Let's see, what was my thought? Oh yeah, I get a couple different thoughts going on when I'm talking and painting and videoing. I'm learning too. Okay, I'm just kind of making marks. I don't know if this one's going to make sense, but put that in there. Nothing's coming off. Maybe just kind of a... Oops, don't like that. So I just got a little water in my brush and then I wiped it off on the paper towel to make it softer and lighter. I feel like that's going to need to be lighter. And then we need kind of a shadow. Let's see, we need... Don't know exactly where it's going to be. Let's just kind of see if we can put one in. See if we like it. I just grabbed a little white. So you could do this like with colored pencil. I kind of did it with just straight up pencil. Very sketchy and scribbly. But you can see the shapes. Now I'm kind of getting lost. I start to get lost in the little value changes and the detail. Well, this isn't detail, but you know what I mean, like the... All right, let's just call that good. I'm gonna dip my brush in water just to keep it from drying out. Palette knife. I'm gonna mix a dark, I'm just wiping off my palette knife. It's not perfectly clean, but it got a lot of it off. I'm gonna try half and half here. So it's not black. Ooh, that looks pretty black. Okay, I'm gonna wipe off my palette knife. And just push my black. Like, get out of the way, black. You're in my way. Okay, so that's really strong. So half and half didn't work. Well, it worked. It just wasn't what I was aiming for in my mind. There. I want it slightly green. Why? Because I just think it'll look better. You can always go black. Okay, let's put in... Where's my reference? There, my sketch. Oh, I could post my sketch in my Facebook group. I'll do that. There's a media folder. It doesn't have much in it right now. It's 2022 as I'm videoing this. The end of 2022. It has like photo I took, reference photo, that kind of thing. So I'm kind of working back to front. You know, sky, then tree. And I'm just trying to be random. And it got kind of thin. I had water in my brush, or water there maybe. Bet you I have water in my palette. This is buckling bad. Excuse me. I don't know. I don't think it's bothering me. Let's see. I'm going to make these trees really heavy. I think I'm going to put a bunch of snow on them. Sorry guys, my voice is kind of rough today. One thing nice about using no color or just one color is if I paint it too solid, I can come back and paint some sky holes back in like you would for a tree with leaves. Kind of thinking heavy. Just gonna scribble, see if I like that. Sometimes when you scribble, and I'm gonna go into this tree even though I'm gonna come over. I'm not sure. I didn't line it up in my sketch, but here I have it more pointing back there. Here I've got it lining up. We're just practicing. Just what popped into my head. Actually, I could just bring it out more. He's kind of in the center too. That kind of bugs me. But we're just going to go with it. Okay, so dead pine trees. I don't know if that's going to make this too gloomy, but I want to paint some. Let's... So this is my tallest tree. And then this one kind of comes down. I'm going to have this one come in between. And probably I'm going to want that lighter gray. Let's start lighter. I'm going to grab... And now I'm going darker. Okay, that's pretty much the same color as that puddle. Okay. Sometimes there's a lot of things to think about, so then you kind of... you'll do things like that. You'll mix like the same color. Let's just draw the trunk. So I'm going to have my brush on its edge pretty much. I think I might need some water. It wasn't flowing for me, so I'm just going to try a little bit of water. There, that's better. Kind of wiggle. Okay. Let's do it again. This one we're going to have pretty much straight up. Sometimes I call them stops. Keeps you in the painting. Kind of like having darker corners can help keep you in the painting. I don't know what other artists call them. Let's see if I can make this a little skinnier. You could use a liner brush. I think that works. I offloaded my brush on my paper towel. I'm just going to grab a little paint on the corner. I don't know if you guys heard that, but my cat Freckles just chirped. I think she's dreaming. Oh no, she's looking out the window. She must have saw something out there. All I'm thinking here is varying the color, and there I just kind of wiggled funny. That didn't get any darker. I'm gonna grab some straight up black. Here, grab some straight up black. Whoa. Okay. That kind of scares me, but I think we'll be okay. So now I'm dipping my brush in my water and just offloading most of the paint on a paper towel. Let's go back to this lighter. Okay, so we might have like, I've already got something there. Would we have like maybe a little like branch? Well, that's the same length. I didn't really intend for that. I think I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to clean off my brush. I don't know if it's because I've got so much buckling going on or I'm not used to the surface as much, but I'm getting fat lines and I want a skinnier. This is a #1. Hang on, Freckles is eating my plant. Okay guys, a #1 round from Princeton. Freckles is not happy with me. She's beating up on my Christmas cactus. There. I might make this a little... There, I can get a little wigglier, skinnier. Try to be random. Let's make the base of the trees a little fatter. Have them make a little more sense. Okay, I don't know if I like those. But I don't know that I like much of anything that's going on right now. Then I always explain, I think that's important. Because I think sometimes when you're painting, you're like, I should just stop and throw it away. Well, you can, you totally can. But I think sometimes you need to keep going. You'll be happier. Those are really sad. Those are really sad. Something's saying to me like, maybe just perk it up a little. Oops. I don't know that changed a darn thing. Okay, plus we need to keep moving on. I'm doing this, most of this in actual time. Okay. I'm gonna grab some of this almost black. Darken this up a little bit. You could make this one lighter. It's further off in the distance. You could make it the same. We'll just see what we think. And then I'm going to grab I like that. I don't know if it's going to stay, but I like kind of setting it down, mushing it, and then pulling. That's kind of fun. I kind of should have done it on some of these, maybe. Oops. I tend to want to line things up. Be as random as you can be. It usually helps you. And I want a little lighter just so I can see where my tree is. Did you hear Freckles hop down? Let's see. She is probably 16, we think. We don't know exactly. We adopted her from the Humane Society. So I'm gonna, oh, it's buckling. I'm gonna go darker on this tree. I just don't want to lose its shape exactly. So I'm putting in just a medium value. So I grab a little bit of that color, a little bit of this color, kind of a messy brush. I'm gonna dry this with the hair dry. I don't know if you can see that, but it's buckling bad with all the paint. Let's see, how do I want to do? Grab some dark. We'll have like a... Oh, that wasn't that dark because of all the paint. I'm going to offload my brush. I just wiped it off on a paper towel. Sometimes I get it so loaded with paint it doesn't change value. Okay, I don't know that I like any of that. But it definitely needs to dry. So I'm going to dry it with a hairdryer and I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to try and just paint and not talk. We'll see how that goes. I really don't like these, but I think I just need to maybe, let's just maybe put in some more detail. And I think I might, I'm talking, I think I might kind of come back with some white or something and tone them down. Not sure if I want to do that or not. Oh. So the oopses, those are two now almost the same. Just maybe make this one shorter. Okay. Oh, a little darker. There, I kind of hinted at a tree. I'm just looking for a little darker value. There, I think that works. That helps me feel better about how strong that was. That's something that I'm working on, and you just keep painting and having fun and challenge yourself if you feel like it. If you feel like it's painting something that's easy for you, do that. I'm gonna leave that alone. Let's get these in, see what we think. And then Freckles is just doing all kinds of funny things. I think might have to come back to this video later. I don't know what she's got going on this afternoon. Usually she doesn't do that. I'm gonna put in some darks here. See, we're gonna definitely want some darks over on this side. I wonder if I just kind of start loosening up and scribbling some, I'll like it better. I kind of beat up on it. Oh, I tend to line things up. I think my cat is bored. I'm going to rinse off my brush a little bit, wipe most of the paint off on the paper towel. I things are doing better. I'm not crazy about this. I definitely like it better in the sketch, where it kind of stops here, and then my tree's over here. I must have got this tree over to the left a little bit too much or something, or maybe it's bigger. It's a lot bigger. I wonder if it would make me happy, since my light source is going to be here, if I just kind of come in. Oops, I might be going too far back there. So I took straight up white, kind of shorten that. Okay, I think I said in one of that sometimes angles are easier to make them look right. Okay, I'm not crazy that I went so far back with that, so I just grabbed a little of the grayer and we'll kind of soften that back down, see what we think. Oh, and then really, it might be too soon, and that might be too dark. Have a shadow. So the paint's still a little wet, so I just kind of smear it with my finger. Let's bring this one down a little bit more. And then we can get a... It's not showing. I get my paint too dry on my brush. I'll try it again. After I wipe my brush off, I don't think I really wanted to do that. Ah, that might. Okay, we don't want to line them up. So I just kind of wipe my brush off. I'm going to grab some white. Kind of break them up, change them up. Okay, I'm liking that better. A lot of times you just have to, I already said this, keep going. I do like that I've got this interesting skipping back here. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of pretty from when I did the background. And I'm liking a vertical sky. It's my first vertical sky. And now for some reason I'm tempted to just kind of, oops. Just put a couple marks in there. Might be a little too soon, but it makes me happier. Okay. I think we have enough dark in these trees. Should we start turning on the lights and see if we like them better? I'm getting worried about how long this video is. I'm not a fast painter. I like to kind of step back, think about it, like I did there with the shadows, play with it, change it, and then I'll get a lot more painted. I'm like, oh, I want to change this all over again. Excuse me, that's just what I like to do. I'm kind of tempted though to grab some water to thin down my white a little bit. Wipe off my brush. Well, it might be too white. Too soon. I'm trying to kind of suggest a curve. I might have just painted it out. Oh, I think that works. I kind of like that. So I've got like this, and then I have this white over here, and it might need to be stronger. So I kind of have a zigzag going. I can even put some white, so we can have white, tree, white. Ah, it's more than I wanted. Kind of, it's dry and darker. bring you back into the painting. All right, I was gonna work on the trees. Keep it moving. So, should we mix like some straight up, is this gonna be in frame if I do this? Straight up Hooker's green and white. Trying to see the top of my phone. Okay, that might scare the crud out of me because that's, well, I don't think that's not like a green, like a blue and yellow green. It's already kind of a muted green. It says it's opaque. I was looking to see if it had the color mix on it. It might be a bit much, or it might be fun. Okay, so I kind of liked it when I mushed and pulled. Oh, I don't like that at all. It was working better before. It's getting a better stroke. The one thing nice is we have a lot of muted color, so it's gonna dry it a little muted, a little darker too. So now what's running through my mind is if it's everywhere, it's nowhere. I think this is kind of a mid to light value, so I'm not gonna be too worried that it's over on this side, because I want these trees to be a little bit darker, I think. Actually, I could have them more faded too. You can kind of do it either way. There we go. I like the flicking. Kind of like picking a piece of fuzz off your paper. Let's see. These are heavy, big fir tree. Oops. I always struggle with what to do here. The bottom of the trees are always a challenge for me. Isn't that funny? Bottom of pine trees. So I'm going to break up that dark line a little bit, make it look a little more realistic. That actually might not be bad. That's kind of fun. And it's pushing these back. They're not bothering me so much. I don't know if you guys, if that's what you see, but we're getting more attention on the star of our show, so I'm happier. Okay, I'm going to take a little, that color. That might be too much. Let's just see what it looks like. You can kind of stamp. Actually, that's kind of fun. I might have done too much. I could grab. I like it. Here, let's leave it alone. Okay, same. I think we want greener. Green or gray, or just like the other tree. It's further back. But we could treat it the same or we can treat it different. Maybe we'll just get a happy accident here and see what we think. And like, just stop. Okay, so now we take a look at values, or we don't have to do it now, but I just go kind of with what pops into my head. These two are the same value right here, so I could go darker here. Because a lot of times the trees in the background are quite dark. And or I could say that painters will paint them quite dark because they're upright. They're off in the distance. As I said earlier, you could go lighter or darker. Let's just kind of just twirl our brush and see if we get a fun mark. That was fun. This is where it's nice that I'm not painting it. It's not a pet portrait I'm painting. You know, I'm playing with twisting my brush, and I'm liking it so much I'm doing it everywhere, which I really should stop. I like that. Okay. That's funny. I do that. I tend to like, ooh, I like that. Let's put it everywhere. Like, no, don't do that. You'll hear me like I just did. I'm like, stop, and then I don't stop. Okay, I like that these are a smidge grayer, but it might be splitting hairs. But let's do this. Let's go with some white. Actually, I'm just going to mix it all in. So what's really nice about just having a couple colors on your palette, you can always come back to very close to what you had if you need to mix it again. You can worry less about the color, worry more about the design, the values. I think it'll get you guys further quicker if you're a newer painting. Practice drawing, which I need to do. I need to make time to draw because it'll improve my painting. And my painting improves my drawing. When I do draw once in a while, I'm like, oh, I'm not quite as rusty as I think I am. Okay, let's see. So our light's coming from over here. Let's start thinking about that a bit more as I grab a little more white. I don't know that I needed to do that. Sometimes I'm just buying time, kind of thinking. Oh, I like it when I did a tree ornament. I can link that in this video's description. Very similar to this. I like it as when I start to bring up the values. That's kind of watery. I'm going to offload my brush and grab some straight of what I originally mixed. Get a little stronger stroke. And then I might do shorter strokes, leave some of the green underneath. So I think I'm only going to do like 2/3 of the tree with this color. I kind of want that one. And maybe like that one. I'm trying to pull this tree in front of that tree. And those blacks are getting blacker because I'm getting more contrast. Isn't that fun? Oh, it's buckling. I'm going to need to dry it. Oh, it's kind of like random. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? I can always come back. If I make a mistake and I don't like it, you can come back and put some of the darks back in. That's pretty. Okay, guys, I'm going to dry it with a hairdryer. Okay, I always have thoughts when I hair dry. Sometimes I'll hair dry just to take a pause. I should probably, oh, where's my brush? I should probably take a step back and see what it's looking like. I'm a lot here. I am much more happy with this. One thing that popped into my head is I could pull this one forward a little bit and just put a couple, like where? Couple little, let's do Just a couple, and then not putting on this one, because I'm going to put some white on this one. I don't know if that does anything. I really kind of need to step back. I like how this is getting so much more gray and muted. Oh, the other thought I had, I'm just cleaning out my flat brush, is maybe it's kind of heavy over here, but like we could kind of, and we have 3, odds are good, although I have 2 here. You could say I have 3 with that tree, or you could say I have 2 and 1. I'm getting enough elements, so I don't know if it matters so much anymore, but like a lot of times odds are helpful, but we could put a hint of another dead tree, or it might be too busy, because we only have dead trees right here. I mean, we could put a bush, but I don't think we want to get too detailed. We want to wrap up this video. I don't know. I'm going to try it. I keep, so what I just told myself is like, this is just practice. You know? It's good for, I think it's good for you guys to hear my struggles, my thought process. I could put another dead one kind of down in there. Or here. Where's middle? Here, this will be easier. Just get out my little T-square. Yeah, so middle's like right there. Oop, I just scraped my wet paint. So middle runs right there. So I could put one there. You can put things in the middle. I just try to stay away from it. Things are falling. Okay, let's just go for it. I'm going to move my palette so I have some room. Oh, I don't know what color I have in my brush. I think that'll be okay. Wiggle it. I ran out of paint. Sometimes I roll it so I get a little tip point. I kind of like that. You guys can let me know in the comments what you think. I'm just kind of chuckling because you guys are great and you're so nice. Okay, let's go white, or almost white. Is that in frame? It'd be nice if you guys were actually here, just standing over my shoulder. I'm amazed though. I mean, YouTube works. You know, the comments are fantastic. We can have a little discussion. The Facebook group is great because everybody helps each other in the Facebook group. That link is in almost all my videos descriptions. It's kind of a minty color. That one's kind of like an Andes mints, if you guys know those. I'm gonna reinforce that one, and then maybe like that. Maybe this one. Values do the work. What do you I think the tree's getting better. Leave in the comments if you think I don't know what point this will be in the video and what timestamp it'll be, but let me know if you think the tree's getting better. I think it is. I think I'm going to make that stand out a little more. I'm going to use white too. So I'm just varying. Maybe just call that good. We could put a little, kind of tempted to echo a little green down here. All right, let's not. I could put a little, what happens if we do this? Like a little, oh, there we go. That was a good idea, I think. like a little snow. That one doesn't show. Stuck on our poor dead trees. It's fun. So I wanted to paint them because they're fun. You know, they're crunchier, if that makes any sense. Oops. I don't know if I like that there. Let's just grab some almost black so that I lay it down and I go sideways to help kind of, that's not doing anything, to help kind of define the trunk. Normally I would turn things, but since we're videoing this in real time for you guys, oh there, that's kind of fun. Kind of a fun, chunky, I'm laughing because I really want to turn it. Let's try up and down. That one didn't work so well. I'm just going to take a clean brush and see if I can wash it off before it dries. Okay. I don't know that that was that bad. It just bothered me. Okay, I'm going to try and put a little on the right because our sun's coming from over here. That's kind of fun. I like the texture. Just dry brushed a little shadow. Yeah, look how fast that dried. That didn't hardly do anything. Okay, I want to stay away from I kind of wanted to pull this over, but I want to stay away from my corner. I think we're okay. Okay. This is so, I don't know if you've noticed, but you slow down and do more thinking and smaller strokes, less stuff as the painting develops. Let's go straight up white. You could just stop here. A lot of artists don't use white, all straight up white or straight up black. A lot of times I just go, ooh, I wonder if I can get a little more value. Which I know I can. Okay, so let's... And it might take a couple coats of the white. Or you can just put it on kind of thick. Let's do that. I like the square stroke, but I decided to kind of change it a little bit. So it's, don't line it so nothing goes across the middle. That's why I've got that one's very helpful. It'll just look a little, I don't know. Better is the only word that comes to mind right now. You'll like it better, I think. That's fun. How do you know when to stop? I probably should stop. That's fun. Okay, guys, I'm gonna step back and take a picture of this so I can see what's going on better. Okay, what came to mind when I stepped back was this seemed so bright to me, but now it's not. It is dry darker, but I think also I've just brought, whoa, hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, hey, if you want to put in the comments if you're part of the Messy Artist Club, let me know. I am part of the Messy Artist Club. Okay, so what I had a thought was this is not nearly as white. Now, I don't know that we need to change that. I definitely want this to be whiter, so I'm just going to put down some thick paint. I want it whiter there. Actually, we could wiggle it. Oh, and then the dry brush was really nice. I'm kind of losing my hill a little bit. We could, the light's shining this way. We could put like a shadow. Kind of just darken our path maybe a little bit. There. I think that works. I'm trying to stand back. These trees that scared me really don't bother me at all now. I like them. I like them. I like them. Isn't that funny? I mean, they're sad, but I mean, I like how they look. They were just so strong. This one, which is just one value, definitely goes in the back, goes towards the back. And these have more value, so they come forward. I do think, I might be crazy, I need to look at this tomorrow. I do think this tree comes a little bit more forward, both because it's lower, just a little bit lower, and I've got just a little bit lighter. Now that I have the white, could bring it a little bit more forward. It's a little tricky when it's tucked behind. I don't know if that's true. That brings it forward. Did it bring it forward too much? Kind of tone it down before it dries. Smear it. Messy Artist Club. Oh, I like that though. Okay, what else? Are we pretty much ready for snow? I just wiped my brush off on my paper towel. I might just see if that, I don't think that did a darn thing. That one totally disappeared. I like those side strokes. I'll give you guys a tour here. I think we should leave that alone. I think it's good. Okay, so my white, definitely want it strong there. We could even bring it back another little notch. We want it stronger there maybe, as it comes up. Make it stronger. It's probably about as bright as we can make it. I'm thinking we put in snow and call it done. I'm going to stop the video again and see how much time we have into this, because we could glaze a little bit of color. We could glaze a little magenta, and so then we'd play with complements. Hang on a second. Okay, I did quick math, and I think we're just a little bit over an hour. So we'll see if we can do this quick. I know some of you don't. Most viewers watch 6 minutes of my videos, but I know some of you like the lives and the real time. So that was quinacridone magenta. You could put out red and green are complements. I like this one because it's semi-transparent. Can you see that box is half full? I think my cadmium red medium is opaque. Yeah, see how that box is full? So I'm wanting more glazing capability. I can also put out some matte medium. You could put out gloss medium, stir it a little bit. Lots of mediums will work. I just like the matte because it dries matte. I don't want it to dry shiny. I like looking at it better when everything's the same sheen. Okay, I just cleaned off my brush a little bit. I'm a little nervous to use straight up magenta, but let's just take a little matte medium. Oh, that's bright. But it's going to mute because it's going to go on the green. It's going to go on its complement. I think my brush might be too wet. Okay, so you can see how transparent it is on my palette. I'm going to turn that so it's a little bit more in the... We could put like little hints. All right, where? So The white, the most contrast is in this area, this tree. I kind of want to put it there, but I think it's wet. It is wet. You can dry it with a hairdryer. Oh, that's bright. Oh, there. It's kind of, oh, that's kind of pretty. That's stronger than I want. Let's tone it down. Let's grab a little green. So red and green should make kind of a gray-ish color. It depends on the colors. It depends on the brands. That white in there is going to make it opaque. So we definitely need the matte medium now. There, can you see that's kind of a much softer rose color maybe? Here, I'm going to grab another brush. Let's fix this. I'm going to dry it with a hairdryer and then I'll be right back. Okay, let's try this now. It's a little pink there, but that's okay. I put white over it. Let's put, oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I need, for my personal taste, the muted pink is much better with mostly muted greens. And this green isn't a bright grassy green out of the tube. Let's see. Should we kind of bring you up a little bit? I don't know if it will, because it's not that strong of a color. So glazing is fun. Lets everything below show through, but changes the color a little bit. We could. Just kind of warms it up. Oh, now I'm getting a little braver. Of course, if it's everywhere, it's nowhere, and I'm going to get into that territory. Let's stop. Let's actually lighten it up a little bit. Some matte medium. I'm going to have to get out some more matte medium because I've just made a huge puddle. And my brush is really loaded. Messy. I'm going to have to start, maybe I'll have to start that during the lives. Are you part of the Messy Art Club? Okay. You could have like a little kind of tie in your sky. We've got a lot of unity because we didn't use hardly any colors. I don't know if that's going to show. It's pretty light. But then I've kind of got pink in this area. I think that's pretty. I think we're done. Do we want to splatter? I'm washing out my brush. So you could have done this whole painting with this little number 12. I think it's a 1/2 inch. Let's see what size it is. I liked using a bigger brush for the background. It goes quicker, bigger strokes. Not quite. It's a 3/8 inch. And then, you know what, if I'm not comfortable, pull out the liner brush or whatever it is that you like. And there's no right or wrong. But I think that actually, for being scared, now I'm kind of, you can hear the excitement in my voice. I'm like, oh, I kind of like this. Okay, I'm going to put my sun up here because I don't want to splatter it with snow. I'm going to grab just a brush. If you have a longer one, it'll splatter more, but something that'll wiggle. I've done it with like a little brush like this. Well, my liner brushes, I use them a lot and abuse them. They just don't last that long. Okay, I'm going to take some of my clean water and make milk. And if it doesn't come off or work, just try adding some water. And I don't think we need to cover anything. And you don't have to add snow. It's totally done if you want it to be done. A lot of times if I'm painting a cardinal, I'll cover the cardinal's face. And I can always add snow around it because I don't want to like get a blob accidentally and then ruin my cardinal's face. I can always just add some snow. Sometimes I'll do like a darker color for the snow too. You could, oh here, I've got one here. Isn't that fun? Well, I think this worked out okay. I'm happy. I was a little nervous. And the funny thing is I don't have to put the video up on YouTube. You know, it's still good practice for me. I could paint this on an 8x8-inch canvas panel. It'd be kind of fun. I really like the pink. Lately I've been getting it from US Art Supply. They have, as I'm videoing this, they have free shipping. Plus they have quite a few items on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime like I do. Okay, I'm talking, this video is getting long. And I get paint. I don't know if you can see on my red hands. I'm getting paint. It's hot in my studio, so then my hands get redder. I opened a window, but it's not really cooling off yet. I like the up and down sky. You guys let me know in the comments if you like that. I like that. It's kind of like it's snowing, just quiet, no wind, snowing. Another way to do bigger snowflakes is to dip your handle brush. And if the brush you're using doesn't work, you just search your brushes. Like some of them are bigger than others. They have bigger handles, will make bigger dots. I like having the different size snowflakes because then some are close to you and then others are further away. I like that effect. So let me know if this helped. Let me know if you give this a try. I'm trying to get my trees looser, and I tend to go chunky flat strokes. I wonder if I tried I should try a filbert or a different brush. See if I get a little looser. I mean, this is loose, but a little more realistic look. Maybe that's the word I'm working. I think realistic might be the adjective I'm looking for. So do I have too many big dots? I don't know. I think I'll sign it there. It's a pretty quiet corner. If it's everywhere, it's nowhere. We should make that into a song or something. Oh, the pink is really, I'm excited about that. I might be done. I don't know where to put one. Okay. We'll sign it. I've been signing lately with a Posca pen. Sometimes I just sign it with a brush. I think I'll just do that because I think my Posca pens are in a bag. I was working at the downtown gallery in Omaha that I sell in. I work there one day a month, and I still have stuff packed up. Oops, I don't know if I need to get that wet because I've got a wet puddle here. I'm just going to grab some white, a 1-inch round, and we'll peel the tape off and I'll say goodbye. So I put my initials, A, and then this makes the T, and then 1 dot for favorite son. I had lunch with him today, and 1 dot for favorite daughter. Emily helps me with the lives. And then I sign the back of my painting. So this is just going to stay in my notebook. But since I paint such little ones, I just put my initials on the front of everything because then it fits. And it's not like I have Annie Troe on a little 4-inch painting, or even like this. You know, if I did Annie Troe, I feel like it gets too big. I want you guys to enjoy the snowman, not my signature. And then I sign the back. Okay, guys. Thanks for, oh, here, tape. Let's peel the tape off. And I had these clamps just to try and keep my paper flat. Actually, I'm going to dry it with a hairdryer, and I'll be right back, and we'll peel the tape. Okay, it's not completely dry, but it's a lot drier. These worked pretty well. Oh, sorry if you can hear the siren. I opened my studio window. All right, let's see what we think of the Hippie Crafter tape. I love their art, their packaging. I don't remember the price. Oh, hey. Oh, I like that. Did you see how easy that came up? And yet I've got a clean line. Okay, it works great on paper. Oh my gosh. That's better than the tape I got at Michael's. It might be a little too low tack depending on what you want to use it for. I'm looking for the packaging again. Repositionable, acid-free, works with all writing media. Maybe that means paper. I wonder if it's gonna, I need to try it on a canvas. That's all it says. You can look on their website, see if it has more info, but that is so nice. My gosh, that's easy. Yeah, I just got excited about tape. I like art supplies. That's pretty funny. That's my pencil line. Oh, that's fun. I think that's really funny. I like trying to do things too. That's just a mark I've got on there. It got messy. Well, all right, let's do a tour. I keep saying we're going to be done. You guys probably want to see a little closer. Okay. Oh, I like the snow. It's just kind of peaceful and quiet. I got excited about pink and tape. Put in the comments what you get excited about. My path doesn't bother me so much anymore. I like it. Okay, guys. I super appreciate your friendship. It's just so fun to get to know all of you and connect with you. YouTube has just been the best. I love that. I can't thank you enough for all your support. Great, big, happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.